Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about how deleting social media will help you with your semen retention journey. So guys, I can say that the number one thing that's helped me over the past 4 years in overcoming my pornography addiction and addiction to PMO has definitely been avoiding social media at all costs, right? So guys, the interface that we have with the internet, the visual imagery that we consume via Instagram, via TikTok, via Snapchat is the gateway that curses us. And why is that? Because Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, they're not naked girls, right? But they open the door for us to explore more. And what does that lead to? Obviously, www.website.com. That's what it leads to, right? So you guys have to understand that the mind seeks novelty, right? So the more that you consume on maybe like a basic level, like let's say you see normal girls on Instagram, right? They have clothes on and they look nice, but your mind wants more. So it's gonna be 100% more likely to type in that website, and then obviously there's the the naked women, right? So the imagery is it's important that we get a hold of our eyes, right? We want to have custody of our eyes and our vision, right? So the gateway to temptation, the gateway to relapsing or indulgence, or getting into a vicious cycle is the imagery, right? Because think about it, right? Like let's say you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is scroll on Instagram and you see, you go to the explore page and you see a bunch of women, shaking that, doing this, doing that, you see all of it, right? So you're already planting seeds in your mind. You're already planting the imagery in your mind, so that even later on in the day, you might have an image pop up from earlier when you were viewing Instagram, and now that leads you to go on Instagram again. And then you keep doing that day after day. It's only a matter of time before you relapse, right? But let's take the opposite approach, right? Because obviously, we're creatures of habit, human beings, right? So let's take the opposite approach. The opposite approach is you wake up and, you go a full day without viewing Instagram, without viewing TikTok, without viewing Snapchat, right? Well, yeah, you might want to go type in that website, but at least you cut off the first gateway, right? Because in my experience, like I said, the first gateway to porn for me was Instagram. You click on one woman that's like a fitness influencer, and then now your explore page is nothing but women, women with yoga pants doing workouts, right? Thirst traps. So you got to really get a hold of the imagery, right? And the best way to do that is to delete the apps that are causing you to sin, that are causing you to be tempted and causing you to fantasize all day about different girls and the images that pop up in your head throughout the day that lead you to typing in that website and sinning and relapsing. So guys, like this is number one in my opinion. Now, obviously there's different techniques and tools that I use. Like, the rabbit hole is so deep for this issue, but I truly believe if you cut off the imagery and you cut off the viewership of you looking at females on the internet, at least, maybe you'll look at, maybe there'll be women at your job or at the gym or at the grocery store or when you're out to eat with friends, but at least you cut off what you can control. Because like, think about it, right? When you go out in public, you can't control seeing women out in public, right? Because they're just there. But what you can control is you going on social media. You can control that. You don't have to go on Instagram. You don't have to go on Snapchat. You don't have to go on TikTok. So that's something that you can control. And as people, as human beings, we want to, this is for anything, but specifically this issue, we want to control what we can control, right? So we can control the social media aspect of it. Let's work on that. And then that's like 50% of the battle, because once you delete, the apps and all the things that are causing you to sin and fall into temptation, then, like I said, I mean, you're still going to have urges here and there, but at least you win 50% of the battle. And now the other half is dealing with urges when they come up, because like I said, urges come up, but at least when you delete social media and you cut your eyes off from viewing all of this filth on your phone, at least when you cut that out, at least you minimize the likelihood of you continuing to go and view different things online, right? So it's not that you're making it easier. Not to say that it's gonna just be a cakewalk moving forward after you do that, but at least you make the process a lot more. It's easier to deal with, right, moving forward, right? So, and like I said, when you are viewing these women on Snapchat or Instagram or TikTok, there's going to be times where maybe you might have some free time, whatever, you're just scrolling online, and then an image pops up of a girl you saw on Instagram. Now, maybe you were reading a book or you were doing something productive or whatever. Now you have that urge again, and you have that urge again, you have that urge again, right? And the devil, the demons, they work in your imagination. They can't really affect you in other areas outside of your imagination. So if they can get you to slip in your imagination and they can get you in your mind, then it's a lot easier for you to fall into temptation. And that's what we want to avoid. If we can avoid that, then everything else is a lot easier to tackle, right? You can tackle the overthinking, you can tackle the anger, you can tackle the too much aggression and a lot of energy from retaining. We can work on that now. But if we don't get to the root of the problem, which is for the most part the eyes, if we don't cut that off, well, there's no point in talking about sexual transmutation and dealing with urges as they come up later on in our journey, right? So that's really where you guys, I feel like, can get a really good hold of it in the beginning. If you're really struggling in a cycle where you just can't stop and it's day in and day out, try just deleting social media for a day, right? And see how it goes, right? See how your mind works. Do you notice that you're thinking less about girls? Do you notice that there's less imagery popping up in your head throughout the day? And if you do notice that, well, then hey, that works. That's something that might help me out, right? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be the only thing that's going to help you, but it's a good first step, right? So that's truly what I believe that helped me, right? That helped me get on, my longer streak was 7 months. I've gone on 3 months, 2 months, 4 months, but that's what really helped me go the distance. And I truly believe that can help a lot of you get started and really develop some longer streaks as you continue throughout the journey. So yeah, that's it. That's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.